Considering genre and convention was something we decided was very important in the creation of our A2 Media project, we turned to existing successful indie pop music videos within the genre to identify aspects and conventions that were appealing to our target audience and decided to follow these in order to create an effective product. Throughout the project, we made sure we conformed to conventions in order to create an effective product, but also decided to develop and challenge some conventions in order to create an original idea. This touches on Neil's repetition and difference theory, which keeps a product within a genre, but also creates an original text that is able to be differentiated from existing products. After evaluating existing music videos, I found that there was two prominent elements within the indie pop genre. These were either entertainment factor using intertextuality and mocking society and its standards, kind of taking the idea of what a music video should be as a promotional element and turning it around and creating this kind of fun, mocking video that takes the standards of society and turns them and makes the artist and shows that the artist is aware that this video is a construct and isn't really real. The other idea is similar but in a lot less of a statement, and this is to take kind of exaggerated, vibrant mise-en-scenes with props and unreal, exaggerated settings to highlight the artist's construction and their self-awareness of being a representation of a product. This was something that we took into consideration with the conceptual element of our video and we really liked. Therefore, in our video, to conform to this convention, we decided to use vibrant, non-contextual props, a lot of random, fun, non-contextual ideas that were entertainment rather than creating personal relationship or a surveillance. This idea of diversion is taken from the uses and gratifications theory. An audience will appreciate and accept a product more if they are gaining something from it, and our main aspect that we wanted to give to our audience was entertainment, and therefore we chose diversion. Within our conceptual element, the audience is immersed in an unknown world. They don't know where they are and they do not know the relationships between the characters. It's all very non-contextual. However, this mystery is fun and has no real meaning behind it, therefore using our conceptual element as an escape. It's just an entertainment, fun, flirty atmosphere, feel good, and therefore the audience can appreciate it and accept it. The use of vibrant colours and props and fun actions within the videos, everyone is seen to be having a good time. This removes the audience from a more severe reality, therefore creating passive audience. They are able to sit and relax and enjoy the video. The use of our more casual costume for our boys and their anti-authoritative attitude towards the end with the food fight scene. This does create slight personal relationship. The audience is able to relate to it and therefore also appreciate it. By doing this, we are able to create a fun, laid-back attitude for our artists, representing them as someone the audience would want to be friends with. This we feel is very important for an indie video, as they are meant to be represented as accessible and reachable, and we feel we did this through their more relaxed, laid-back attitude within quite a vintagey, high class tea party atmosphere. We found it was very important to comply to convention through the cam work and editing, as this was a real main aspect of the video and therefore would allow it to fulfill the indie pop genre. We used a lot of rhythmical relationship, which we found was very common in existing successful media products. This highlights construction, and the use of stop motion was something that we took inspiration from and used within our own video, and we feel it was a very strong and effective element within our project. The creativity within the indie pop genre is therefore highlighted through this. The aspect of creating a piece of art through the video rather than a promotional value. We focus on the music and material over the fame and representation by doing this. The rhythmical relationship is something that is also very important. We really like this idea of cutting on the beat due to the fast-paced element of our video. The high energy was created through cutting on regular beats to flatter the music and therefore promote the track itself. We use a lot of tracks and pans throughout the video. We also use a lot of mid and close-up shots. and this flatters the concept and narrative rather than the promoting the artist's success or power. We do not elevate the artist particularly in any way, and instead represent them as being on the same level as the audience or just normal people. The lack of real advanced camera work and high angles and sampling shots creates a kind of low budget feel, complying to the indie pop genre, but also again promoting the artist as accessible and reachable. We noticed parallel editing was also a common convention, as it allows the indie pop genre to tie in a conceptual and performance element. This non-continuity editing highlights construction representing the artist as aware of the product's promotional value and construct. This therefore mimics what a video should supposedly be, compliant to the indie pop genre. We also decided to challenge some conventions in order to create an original product. This differentiates the product from existing indie pop texts and therefore relates to Neil's theory of repetition and difference. By using a hybrid genre, indie pop, we therefore challenge Gledhill's theory of there being no crossovers within genre, only between them. This was difficult to keep a balance between both indie and pop. However, we do feel we did it successfully through the use of conforming to the conventions within the indie pop genre, creating a accessible artist but also a diversion and entertaining video. Although the vibrancy and fun elements of the video are very poppy, we do feel that the performance element, the relatability presented through certain aspects, and the accessibility of the artist, as well as the laid-back attitude, is all compliant to the indie pop genre rather than just the pop. Another way we challenged genre conventions was through the lack of a point of view. A lot of pop videos are through a heterosexual male view, using Laura Mulvey's male gaze theory. However, we don't do this at all. We neither elevate or degrade the female gender, or elevate or degrade the male gender. We keep it very neutral, unisex, and just create a flirty, fun attitude with very little room for stereotypes. This therefore enhances our target audience, as we are able to appeal to both male and female. We also didn't use any superimposed text within our video. Instead, we used lettering that we used as props and incorporated throughout the whole video as an entirety. We also use these through the ancillaries, keeping synergy and continuity. However, this lack of superimposed text, we did feel challenged the indie pop genre, as a lot of the time this is used. Although we highlight the construction element through camera work and editing throughout the entirety of the video, we feel that superimposed text complies more to the pop genre and more to maybe the house genre as well. We therefore went away from this in order to keep the balance between indie pop and incorporated it through the filming process instead. We developed the genres conventions through two different aspects within our video. The first was our use of transitions. We really got to play around with transitions, and it was probably the area we were most creative in, and we feel it's a very strong element of our product. We use these transitions between the conceptual and the performance locations. This was a creative element that emphasises the construction and develops diversion and construct value of the artist. The use of the artist pushing the camera in one of our scenes breaks the fourth wall. They are aware that the camera is there, and their awareness of the two scenes that are happening at the same time. This was fun and flirty, and therefore complies to our overall theme of the video, as well as presenting the artist as aware of the construct element and therefore relatable and accessible. We also feel the comedic mood of this enhanced our video, creating an even more fun and entertaining product for our target audience. The other aspect in which we developed conventions was our use of bridge element in the video. We used this, we took inspiration from existing videos, one of them being Two Door Cinema Club, What You Know, in which they use a bridge element. By taking inspiration from existing products, we comply to Swale's family resemblances theory, which looks at how products within a genre relate to each other and how you can see similarities throughout. However, we do feel like we did this different enough to create an original idea and not copy. We feel this really worked as a power cleanse, as we like to call it, just as the audience are getting used to the high energy, uplifting, flirty atmosphere that is very repetitive throughout the majority of the conceptual element. Just the audience are getting used to this, we changed the mood and use a lot darker lighting with sparklers and a lot longer cuts. We also overlap and use fades within this element creating a more softer, neutral atmosphere. We then go back to the fun, flirty mood, therefore ending on a high note and allowing the audience for full appreciation and acceptance. We feel the two areas in which we developed conventions were two of our strongest, and are really happy with the product overall. In conclusion, we are very happy that we complied to the indie pop genre, and due to audience feedback, are completely certain that we did. We had very positive feedback that the video did comply to the indie pop genre, and although we did worry throughout that it would be difficult to create a product for a hybrid genre, we feel we did it very effectively. By challenging conventions, we were able to create an original idea that people had not seen before, therefore allowing for full audience appreciation. By developing certain aspects, I feel that we were able to be very creative and really test our skills and techniques through the entirety of the project. As for our ancillaries, we feel that we did completely conform to convention, as we feel that this was very important to create a recognisable product and synergy throughout the 3 designs.